The Pentagon confirms UFOs of pyramid shape swarm Navy warships. So we have now new leaked footage of this triangle or pyramid shaped UFO swarm. There's multiple of them, and they're flying over a U.S. warship. And guess where it's located? Yeah, San Diego, off the coast of San Diego. So not only do we have another sighting over the ocean, they just did a live show last week talking about the abyss, the sea, the ocean, Antarctica, the hidden possible inner Earth or hollow Earth kind of theories, and how there are so many sightings, these UAPs, UFOs, that are being spotted coming in and out of the sea. I shared some of my own footage where I actually caught some sort of object that was hovered over the ocean, slowly made its way along the waterline, and then dipped underneath the water, and I caught that on film. So there are numerous sightings by civilians and also Navy of these objects in the water, coming or above the water, or going in and out of the water. And now we have another one. So this footage was leaked by UFO investigators Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp. Of course, George Knapp, the Las Vegas-based reporter. He's been covering UFOs for decades. And they include night vision footage from the sea. There's some grainy infrared images, a smartphone capture from a cockpit of an FA-18 fighter. So we have aerial footage and ground footage of this thing, or these things I should say, as there are multiple ones. And this story is coming from globalnews.ca. The Pentagon confirmed in a statement this week that the leaked photos and videos captured by U.S. Navy personnel, though it declined to label them as the UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, the government's term for UFOs, because it's more official. So they're known as UAPs, and I guess technically they are, because we don't really know if they're objects of some sort, but in some cases they seem to be orbs, or maybe not solidly formed objects. Could be some sort of interdimensional thing going on there. Hard to say, but I guess it is a phenomenon, so the term is probably more appropriate. So it's not calling them that, though. I guess they want to be careful. It could possibly be drones of some sort by another country, another nation, I guess. Highly advanced, of course, but it's a possibility. So perhaps they just don't want to jump the gun on this. Also interesting that they somehow have a piping problem over at the Pentagon, because these UFO videos keep getting leaked. Do they need to hire a plumber, or is it intentional? Are they intentionally leaking out little by little, like a faucet that's dripping, and they're slowly turning the water pressure, and it's dripping faster and faster, and eventually we're going to get a solid flow of water. And, well, I think we know what happens then. It's disclosure. I think we're beyond soft disclosure. At this point, I think it feels more like, we're like medium disclosure, I guess you could say, because we're not full on, they're not saying yes, here's everything we have, although they're supposed to in this 180-day period that Trump gave them, the intelligence community, to come out with this report on everything they know about UFOs. We'll see where that goes. They've already said, don't expect too much. We're not ready yet. It's taking longer than expected to get all these different divisions to coordinate their information. There's no hub. There's no real person that's kind of in charge of this information. So it's all these different departments, and of course they're having problems communicating with each other. So we'll see if we really get how much info we get, if any, after this 180 days, or if there's a delay. And apparently Biden's already said to expect a delay, and he's not going to pressure them. Anyway, so this is a quote by a Navy personnel. The Pentagon spokesman, Susan Gao, said, quote, "I can confirm that the referenced photos and videos were taken by the Navy." In a statement to the Black Vault, they confirmed they were all genuine, but won't give their designation. And that was a site operator, John Greenwald, had said that. The UAP task force has included these incidents in their ongoing examinations, Gao said. As we have said before, to maintain operation security and to avoid disclosing information that may be useful to potential adversaries, DoD does not discuss publicly the details of either the operations or the examinations of reported incursions into our training ranges or designated airspace, including those incursions initially designated as UAP. Corbel says the video and photos were originally shared at the Office of Naval Intelligence briefing on May 1st, 2020, and later leaked to him. He says he worked for NAP to verify the authenticity and context of the footage before releasing it online. These are authentic photos and video from actual military encounters with UFOs generated to educate high-level intelligence officers within our military on the nature and presentation of the UAP/UFO phenomenon. Perhaps the most startling video is the one recorded from the deck of the USS Russell, which appears to show several unidentified flying triangles flashing around. They kind of going in and out of clouds in the sky, and this is again off the coast of San Diego, which is where several other encounters have taken place. There is this area there around the islands of San Diego off the coast, and there seem to be numerous amount of sightings that are hubbed or they're centralized right around that little island chain. Specifically, Catalina Island is located right in that area, and this was an area where they have dug up what appear to be, by 3 different examinations, about an 8-foot tall giant skeletal remains, and they found that on Catalina. There's a picture of that in the Catalina Museum. You can see this. So is there some connection there with a hotspot for UFOs, and then they find this giant skeletal remains there on the island? I don't know. It just seems a lot of oddities are happening around that specific area. The video shows a distinctively triangle-shaped object moving through the clouds above the warship. The object joins 2 other fainter triangles in the sky before the video ends. Photos from the second event show a spherical-shaped craft near the USS Omaha, according to Corbel. The black and white grainy sequence of infrared photos depicts a black circle seemingly descending into the ocean. There you go, descending into the ocean, as these things typically do. Corbel says the object seemed to slip effortlessly into the water instead of making a splash and taking damage upon impact. That is almost identical to what I have captured myself off the coast of California. A black object, spherical in shape, just like the one mentioned here, that went along the water and dipped underneath the water without making a splash. I have footage of that myself, so that's very interesting. The third event described in the briefings involves a series of photos captured by a weapons systems officer from an F-18 jet in Virginia on March 4th. The weapons systems officer snapped photos of 3 objects that afternoon within a matter of 20 minutes. Corbel's collaborator said the objects were described as a sphere, an acorn, and a metallic blip, the intelligence briefing said. That we have more confirmation now from this alleged UAP, although they're not classifying it as such yet. I don't know what else. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know what else it could be. Drones don't go in and out of water like that. At least nothing we're aware of. So, I mean, either way, even if it is a drone, if they don't know, it's still unidentified. It's still a phenomena. So you might as well just come out and say it, Pentagon. We're all thinking it anyway. Just say what we're all thinking. So there you go. That's pretty interesting news. This is another confirmation. The faucet is turning ever so slightly. The pressure is mounting, and we are eventually getting, we're going to get a full blast stream here. It's just a matter of time, I believe. But thank you guys for watching this video. Do give it a like and add your comments of what you think. Have you seen something like this before? If you have, share them in the comments. And if you have footage, send it to me to take a look at. We do a live show every Sunday at 6 o'clock. And if you got some crazy footage, I'll take a look at it. We'll show it on air. We'll talk about it. And I'd love to see it. So you can write me at finaldeathstar@gmail.com and send any footage you have. And I'm happy to take a look at it. Thank you guys for watching.